guys, welcome back to my channel. We are back here with another video. Yes, I am getting bigger and bigger as the time is going by. Today I am 28 weeks, so we are getting through this pregnancy, okay? If this is your first time onto my channel, thank you for watching. If you're watching, please subscribe, please like. Sorry guys, I'm getting like bad heartburn. But yeah, please like, please subscribe. If this is your third or fourth time, then you obviously love my channel, so definitely subscribe and like this video if you like it. And yeah, so let's get right into it. So today we are talking about the importance of good parenting to your children. Yes, parenting. I really feel the need that I really want to touch up on this topic because I am a mother myself. I have a daughter and I am now pregnant. And it's just really important. The first reason why it is very important that we have good parenting with our children. The first thing is for our children's emotional needs. Our children have emotional needs. When kids are born, as they're young, they're packed with so many emotional things going on with them, and they're not like us, like grown ups, where we can really store our emotions or figure out why we're feeling these things and whatnot, and figure out where to go to treat our emotions. With children, they don't know. They look to their mothers, they look to their fathers for support of their emotional needs. So moms, so when we're acting, spiteful and angry and things like that towards the father of these children, and pulling these kids away from their fathers and telling these kids things like, your daddy don't love you, your daddy ain't this and this like that, it's wrong. Let's stop that right now. I get so passionate when I talk about this topic because, like I said, I am a mother and I have seen too many mothers that are like this, and I have seen the effect that it has on these children. And ladies, please, this needs to stop, okay? Let me tell you right now, there is so much power in our words. I don't think we know this as humans, but we are magicians. Yes, we are magicians. Yes, you guys just learned that right now. So if you didn't know, you are a magician. Meaning, you could use black magic or white magic. Simply like this. Like for instance, if your kid says, let's say your kid's, a dancer. She dances beautifully every day. She loves dancing, all of this, and she's like all into it, right? Now because you are someone, you're her mother or her father, and you are someone she looks up to, and you say something like this to her: why you keep dancing for? You don't even know how to dance. You're dancing, it sucks. You don't know how to dance. That kid runs to her room, is crying now, right? Do you know what you just did? You just casted a spell on your child. And if that's not fixed, or if that's not addressed, that could literally carry through your child's life all the way to adulthood. Think about that for a second. Just you simply saying something like that now could kill your child's confidence. Her emotions could be all all screwed up. And now her confidence is dropped because you said something like, you can't dance. Why are you dancing? When this child has nothing but dreams and loves dancing. And now she has to wait until she's older, to fully understand that she's in control of her life. And, she needs to do whatever she wants to do. And now take control of her life and then, dance. But she went through all those years because you casted a spell. Yay? So moms, when you say things to your child like, please, your daddy don't love you, or, your daddy ain't this, your daddy ain't never coming, he ain't never gonna love you, he loves these kids better, or whatever, things like that, I know angry mothers say. It's like, why are we doing that? We are literally tearing our babies apart when we do that. That is not what you want to do. You need to protect your children's emotional needs. That is important. And it's important for these children to have their fathers in their lives because emotionally they feel secure, They feel like, yeah, I got my daddy here. My daddy loves me. My daddy's coming to see me today. These kids don't care about whatever's going on between y'all two. You know, whatever issues you guys have, it's important that you guys are adults and you fix those issues. You know what I mean? Doesn't mean you guys have to be together. Doesn't mean you guys need to be like, hoo ha, like the best of friends. But it does mean that you guys, at least as mother and father of these children, you know, at least have a cordial communicating relationship. That is highly important for the sake of your children's lives. How would it make you feel like to know that your child is growing up depressed because of the things that you have said to them? And if that is the case, now you got to ask yourself, what does being a mother mean? You know, would you really be happy to know that your child grew up depressed all because you casted all these spells on him or her by telling her that she ain't loved? But let me just share a little story, you guys. So, like, my daughter, honestly, like, I raised my daughter basically by myself since she was 2 months old, you know. Her father was in her life because he just wasn't in a good, you know, space mentally, physically, or spiritually, you know, to be in her life because of what he had going on in his life. And as much as that hurt me, it really hurt me. I never ever put that, like, I never let my daughter see what was going on because she was too young. I told myself, you know what, when my daughter gets older, she will see for herself who her father is, and she will have the opportunity and the chance to decide how she wants to love him. I would always, like, you know, talk to her father on the phone and tell him, like, you know, where are you? Like, why aren't you seeing your kid? And she was like 3 years old, you know, she was like 3, 4, she was young. And she would hear me on the phone with him, and she always thought it was me. She would walk in because she was like a daddy's girl. And she'd be like, Mom, like, you see, my daddy's not seeing me because you're yelling at him and stuff like that. And that was never the case. You know, it was more or less like me saying, when are you going to come see your kid? And him always being like, I'm coming, I know, I got to come, and I know, man. Because we wasn't together, but we didn't have, like, a hostile relationship to where we couldn't communicate about our kid. You know, we were co-parenting. But anyway, she would get upset with me, and that hurt me. You know, that really hurt me because when she thought it was my fault, I really wanted to tell her, like, listen, honey, it is not my fault. Like, I'm over here trying to tell your father. And, you know, I would tell her that, and she'd just be like, no, it's because of you, whatever. And, like, you know, as time went by and as she started seeing what I was doing for her, and, you know, as she just started to just really, you know, as the years went by and she started to see what was going on, and she, you know, she started seeing for herself. And one day, I remember we were talking, and she just said to me, you know what, Mommy, I know it was never your fault. The reason why my daddy wasn't in my life wasn't because of you. It was because of him, and I'm so sorry that I blamed you. And we just sat there together. I hugged her, we cried together, and, you know, that to me was so huge because I would never want to break down my child. Like, I could have said things to her like, you know, she would ask me, Mommy, does my daddy love me? And I'll be like, honey, your daddy loves you so much. He loves you with all his heart. And he, like, deep down inside, I was just like, oh, like, come to your kid, like, you, like, all those bleep words. We're not going to say them right now because, you know, we grown from that. This was years ago. But at that time, I was just, like, so infuriated because I was like, oh my God, like, this little girl is suffering over here. But to her, I never wanted her to see that. It wasn't fair because she was just too young, and it just wasn't fair. So that basically, you know, that was that. And, you know, I protected her. I protected my daughter's emotions. And now as she's older, she tells me all the time, Mommy, thank you so much for everything you've done for me. I know it was never your fault. I know my daddy just wasn't in the right place, you know, to be there for me and stuff like that. And that makes me happy because I know how important it is. So ladies, if you have an issue with your children's father, okay, great. I don't care if he has 1,000 women out there. I don't care if he moved on with someone else. I don't care if he made promises to you and said whatever. Let it go. Let it go. And even if in your heart you still are recovering from that and you're healing from that, that is okay. But do not use what you are going through with this child's father and personally put that emotional poison and put that pain onto your child now. And now they have to be stuck in the middle of what you two are going. You know what I mean? Like, if, you know, if he has moved on, let him go. Let your children go with their father. Even with, you know, the significant other, because this teaches the kids about love. Kids need to know about love. They need to know they are safe, they are secure, they are loved, they're in a good place. These all tie into protecting your children's emotions. So please, 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 because when we don't protect these kids' emotions, now what happens is they are growing older and older and older. And now these are issues, okay? These become issues in how they deal with partners in their life. Okay, if these kids, if you have a daughter and you're not allowing her to have the best relationship with her father, now what happens is she now has, I'm sure you guys heard this, daddy issues, or now she has so many questions within herself, because in psychology they talk about this complex. It's called the Oedipus complex, and that's basically where it says that for a daughter, her first love is her father. Just like a son, his first love is his mother. So you're pulling away this child's first love away from her. What do you think that's going to do to her? How do you think that's going to break her? And kids don't forget. When they get older, they want to know who their father is. They want to search for their father. And now imagine now, they get older, and now they have this relationship. They could never get back all those years that were pulled away from them, because you could not just put your emotions to the side to protect your child's emotions. Are a mother who's watching this right now and you are one of those women, please, we are not judging. I'm not here to judge you. I love you and I want to see everyone do better. Change it now for your daughter or your son. You can change today, but if you watch this video and you click and say, oh, whatever, and you go back to doing that, that's just wrong, and you really got to tell yourself, you know what, you got to look within and say, you know what, I must be really, emotionally, I must be carrying a lot of emotional poison, and I must really be that hurt to take happiness away from my son or my daughter because of what I'm going through inside. That's not their fault, Kids are innocent. They're not asked to put into this world. They come into this world because of the connection that, whatever connection a mother and father has, and then boom comes a kid. It is scientifically proven that children who have absent fathers in their lives, there's their brain gets structurally developed in a way where it causes these kids to be a lot more aggressive, to have behavioral issues because they're angry. They're wondering, where's my father? Why can't I see my father? And, they're getting pulled away. And as long as the child is safe and the child's secure and these fathers really love their kids and they want to be the best for their kids, that ain't got nothing to do with their kids. But of course, a baby mama will make this about her and not the kids, and now gets angry and pulls these kids away. Now that is constantly pulling at these kids' heart. Could you imagine a kid being like, Mom, can I go and see? No, you can't go see your father. Your father ain't, shit. Or your father ain't this and that. What happens now? Now the kids are curled up in the corner, being sad or crying and being, oh, what are you crying for? I don't love you. No, that's not right. Another reason is that it makes children well-rounded. They get a little bit from their mother. They get a little bit from their fathers, Their father teaches them the more skillful things of life, how to throw a ball, how to love yourself, or how to. Fathers are more of the, strategic, skillful man of the house, especially, if you're raising a son. How will your son know how to be a man if he does not have his father in his life? He is not going to learn that from you. He can learn. Obviously you can teach him how to love himself and, just things of how to be a great person. But we are not men, we are not made like men. Men have a physical and emotional makeup that is different from a woman's makeup. So if these children don't have fathers, these boys don't have fathers in their lives, now they grow up and now they have issues because they don't know how to be men, because they never had a man in their life to teach them how to be a man. Okay, so that is another reason why it's important for these kids to have their fathers in their lives. You know, these daughters, if they have their fathers in their lives and the love from their father, now they have that love from that man, which is their dad. And now when they grow up, they're not going to end up being with, you know, men who are going to hurt them or be confused about men and relationships. No, they're gonna most likely want to be with someone that somewhat resembles who their father is, or how their father treated them and how they were taught. Okay, so now they have a good idea of what they want in a relationship and how to be treated. They're not going into these relationships confused or being needy or needing, because what happens a lot of times, right? We see these women who usually most of the time have had bad relationships with their fathers or didn't have fathers in their lives. So now they're dating these men who are abusing them constantly, right? Abusing them. And what do they say? Oh no, but he tells me he loves me. And you know, they keep going back and everyone's just like, oh my God, why is she? It's because these women don't know how to be loved. They never had a man there to love them. So just imagine now, if you are that mother, right, who is pulling these kids away from that love that they need from their father. Now your child grows up to be in a relationship like this or a situation like this. You now have to look at yourself and say, whoa, this is what I'm creating. This is the type of energy that I'm putting out there for my child. And that is not what we want for our children. That is not what we want. When we shouldn't want that for our children. You know, being a mother is not just about, okay, yeah, my kid eats every day. Yeah, you know, they're watched every day. They go to school. No, it's deeper than that. It's an emotional, physical, mental, and physical. Sorry, I said physical. Physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual thing. You got to cover all those things because these little people are looking up to us. They are looking up to us for guidance from their mother and their father. They are looking to their dads, right, for security. Okay? They are looking for their dads for protection. They are looking at you, to you, as a mom, for nurturing. So how are you nurturing your child when you're taking away nurture from them? Which is them being, you know, with their fathers and things like that. In this video, I know it seems like I'm talking more to mothers because, I don't know, for some reason I just feel like I probably have more women watching my channel. But, you know, if you're a father too, you can learn from these things that I'm saying. You know, you can learn like how to even be a better father. Like, let go even of whatever emotion that you have going on with these mothers and put that to the side so you can be there for your child. Like, instead of saying, I'm not going to go see my kid today because the mom's annoying me. Okay, so whatever. If the mom's annoying you but she's allowing you to see your kids or whatever, so deal with that annoyance and just spend that time with your children because they need you. They need you. Sometimes you might be, you know, that diversity that they need because they're getting one kind of love or, you know, one type of relationship with their mother. And then when they're with you, they're getting another, you know, kind of love and relationship. So kids, they need that. They need both parents in their lives. And it's a huge thing. So, you know, us, you know, raising our kids without a mother and father or these broken homes, what happens is our kids form mental issues, okay? They have more chances of depression, higher chances of suicide, okay? Higher chances of very low self-esteem, low confidence, like things all like that. And we all know what happens when we feel like that. Our vibrations are low. How can we conquer in life? How can we feel confident to go, you know, and do something that we desire to do when our self-esteem is low, our confidence is low? All these things, like these are real life mental health issues that our kids form because of these broken homes and these broken relationships. So please, if you are a mother watching this video right now and you fall into any of these categories, like, please look at your kid right now and tell your child, you know what, your dad loves you very much. Even if you feel like you can't stand him and you want to throw him out the window, or even if you feel like, oh, he did this to hurt you, whatever it is, I get it, ladies. I get it. Like, you know, I like to share my little stories, but like I said, like when my daughter was younger, I remember when I had to bring her, you know, to go see her father, and he was with another woman. And I'm not gonna lie, like when I went to go drop her off, I was kind of like, looking at her up and down, and I was like, oh, let me come in, let me see how the house looks like. I was like, but whatever, because I'm a woman. But what I want you guys to realize is, it didn't matter how I felt. It didn't matter how I felt about this woman, what I felt about anything. What mattered was that I knew I was doing what was right for my daughter, which is allowing her to be with her dad and to be in a loving situation, in a stable situation. Because after she spent that weekend with him and his woman, she came back home with like all these things that she bought her, and she was just so happy. She was like, oh my God, Mom, look what she bought me. Oh my God, like she was literally so happy, and that made me so happy. I was like, you know what? Everything else doesn't matter. My daughter is happy. Like, she's so happy, and that's all that matters. And I even called the woman after, and I said, you know what? Thank you. Like, thank you. Thank you for taking care of my child. Like, thank you for, making sure that my daughter was okay, and that, while she was with you and her father, that she was treated with love and, gentleness. Like, I was appreciative of that. So anything else that I was feeling or whatever just didn't matter. Like, we need to really get in check with ourselves and our emotions, because you got to remember, when you are pointing one finger out, there is 3 fingers pointing right back at you. Okay, some kids even grow up to say, I hate my dad, or whatever the case is. Like, to me, that's sad, because hate is not something that we are born with. Like, we are born with love. Like, the universe and the creator source energy wants everything to be flowing and going in love. Love is what makes the world go round. So when these young kids are talking about hate, and they're that angry, that is an emotion that is taught to them. Okay, so like when you have these mothers that are like, oh, I'm gonna make sure these kids hate you. Why? And you're gonna say probably, oh, because he did this, da 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 da. But really, that's because of you. You're having these kids hate their father because of how you feel about yourself. Because if you truly, truly loved yourself and you really loved your kids, there is no way you'd ever want them to carry that strong and dark of an emotion, which is hate, inside of them. That is the most darkest, ugliest emotion that anyone could carry inside of them. And that emotion is so literally like breaking, like that breaks you down as a person. That puts you in the darkest place. Like literally that fills you with so much emotional poison. Okay, so think about it like you. Think about you as a person. Like when you hate someone or you go somewhere and how you gotta have your face all tied up and how you're burning inside and your heart's pumping. All that leads to physical illness. Okay, so let's stop teaching our kids to hate people that love them. That doesn't make sense. Let's teach them how to love people who love them. Let's let our children know, like, you know what, baby, you're loved. Give your child the opportunity to feel confident, to feel secure, to feel that, you know what, I am loved, I'm happy. And even if you grew up in a broken home, or even if, whatever you have experienced, let's not use that as an excuse. This is the time to look, at ourselves and say, you know what, this is why this has been going on, but now I'm going to make a change. And even if you're watching this video and you're not a mother, and you know a mother who has been in this situation, has acted this way, call your friend right now and say, you know what, I think you should really let your child, see their dad or whatever. I think you should really let go of this pain or this anger or work on it. Be that friend. Make a difference today for those children. Because if you really care about that friend or you care about those kids, then you would be that friend and do that, okay? Please, you guys, let's make a difference. Let's start being the change that we want to see. Let's start really, really, really being the best friends or the best parents that we can be for these children. Stop putting your problems and emotions first and put your kids first. Always put your children first, okay? So, and if you have been through any of these things, just go in the comments below and just comment, or let me know what you have learned from this video, or just anything. Comment and let's get a conversation going. I really want to hear what you guys have to say about this, because I see this happen way, way too much, and I just felt like my spirit today was telling me, you know what, you need to talk about this. This needs to be addressed, and it needs to be nipped in the butt. So thank you guys for watching today. Be sure to subscribe, like, and